Why do people say never forget the USS Liberty under Sam Hyde videos? In the 67 war, the 6-Day War, as it's commonly called, there was a U.S. surveillance boat called the USS Liberty that was close-ish to, I think it was northeast maybe of the Suez Canal, which is near Israel. I think it was in this area around here, I think. And in the 6-Day War, as part of their bombing campaigns, Israeli planes at some point started to attack this ship, which was a U.S. ship, which they shouldn't have been doing, obviously, because even if we weren't allies, we weren't adversarial to each other at the time. Israel says that it was a mistake in communication. The U.S. says it was a miscommunication, and there are a lot of people. I don't want to say just Nazis, but like very far right, kind of wacky people who think that actually Israel intentionally attacked the USS Liberty to try to, I've heard all sorts of different theories. I think the most common one is the USS Liberty was going to somehow observe Israel committing war crimes in the Sinai. And so Israel came out to bomb that ship in order so that the United States couldn't like witness the war crimes that were being committed by Israel, I guess. Yeah. But I think there's like a lot of, I think that if you have even like a 2-second glance at kind of what's the situation, is that's pretty unbelievable. Didn't you debate a guy on this? I don't know. Nobody knows anything about any of this, but it doesn't really make sense because like the ships, like the planes that came out to bomb the USS Liberty, they weren't even equipped well to sink the ship. That's why the USS Liberty survived the incident. And then they stopped attacking the ship like halfway through. Why would you let anybody survive? Why would you let, like, it's too hard to explain, like, how the fuck did this ship survive if if that was the goal? I don't know, it's dumb. But, you know, it's just a comment. Generally, I will stereotype here. If you're arguing with somebody about anything related to Israel and they bring up, or Jews in general, and they bring up the USS Liberty, there is a 95% chance that this person is like a super anti-Semitic, like dog whistling Nazi shit. Almost every time. It's like 95% chance. Anytime USS Liberty comes up, it's almost always those types of people. Wait, the fucking ship survived? I always thought it was sunk. No, it made it back. I think there were like 30 or 40 people on it, I think, that died. 34 crew members died. 171 were wounded. Oh, wait, hold on. Did the ship make it back, or did they just rescue everybody off the ship? Or the people that were alive afterwards? I don't remember if they made it back. They might have scuttled the ship. I don't remember if it was like... Wait, this is a Hasan video.
Against soldiers, I'm like...
54-minute video. There's no way that there's a whole video about the USS Liberty. Don't make me do this. Wait, what video is he watching on this?
Was even sworn in as president. Lyndon Baines Johnson was feeling just as angry and Walker Bush oral history. Bob Gates.
The name of the video is How Israel Cucked the United States.
In July.
From GDI. Is this like a big Middle Eastern, pro-Middle Eastern or Arab account? I feel like I've seen this before, but maybe I'm making this up. Why America really supports Israel. Debunking ancient Israel. This guy's a groiper? How ethnic cleansing created Israel. Debunking human shields. Easy. The Iraq War wasn't about oil. It was about Israel. Who really controls U.S. foreign policy? How Kashmiris got so good at smoking Indian soldiers. Debunking Israel's defense speedrun. Life in Israel's Guantanamo Bay. How Haiti got so good at smoking French soldiers. How the Lebanese got so good at smoking American soldiers. Jesus Christ. The conflict based on a lie. How the Viet Cong smoked American soldiers. How Israel lies about literally everything. How Iraqis got so good at smoking American soldiers. How the Fed keeps you poor. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, good. Okay. Good research channel. All right.
Many others. No doubt 2 decades before Bush was even sworn in as president, Lyndon Baines Johnson was feeling just as angry and ineffectual. It was the morning of June 8, 1967. Navy Ensign John Dietrich Scott turned 24 years old. His birthday was business as usual. His crew was stationed in the Mediterranean after having traveled all the way from West Africa. It was an early morning. Just before 4 a.m., he'd get to work. Deck watch. At about the exact same time, a Nord Atlas took to the sky to begin an...
Wait, I hope nothing crazy happens to the USS Liberty. Especially not in the hands of our most significant, most important ally, which is not even an ally at all, but just a mere extension of the U.S. state.
Just to be clear, in 67, Israel was absolutely not a U.S. ally and was absolutely not an extension of the U.S. state. We didn't begin hardcore support of Israel until 6 years later in 73 for Yom Kippur. So that was a totally ahistorical statement, but okay.
Air reconnaissance patrol. The plane, belonging to the Israeli Air Force, was patrolling along the Mediterranean coast to detect ships beyond radar range. There was only one. It was Navy Ensign Scott's ship. On the bridge, Scott spotted the plane. He grabbed his binoculars to get a better view. A flying boxcar with a double fuselage and twin engines. Just 15 minutes before, Scott had watched the ship's American flag being pulled by the wind. Up in the cockpit of the Nord Atlas, an Israeli naval officer scanned below, serving as an aerial observer. At 5:45, the plane began reporting that the ship was a destroyer. Less than 20 minutes later, though, according to an official Israeli history, the plane reported that it was, in fact, a U.S. Navy supply ship. The observer had even spotted the ship's hull markings, GTR-5, and the plane's crew radioed the information to ground control. Upon landing, the observer was debriefed by a Lieutenant Commander Pinchasi of Air Command, after which, according to an official Israeli inquiry, the identification of the ship was determined to be the U.S. Navy ship Liberty. Hi, my name is GDF, and you can probably tell by the direction that this video is going in that I'm not very advertiser-friendly. For that reason, I rely completely on my patrons, subscribers, and donations.
Wait, how long is this video? Wait, wasn't this video like 45 minutes? Is his react just...
In July...
Oh, 41 minutes.
Hours before the attack, Israel knew not only that an American ship sailed nearby, but that it was the spy ship Liberty. Aboard the USS Liberty was a signals intelligence and cryptology command called the Naval Security Group, an organization which reported to the National Security Agency, the NSA.
It was a spy ship. Yeah, for the NSA. The problem is, it was spying at the behest of the Israeli government. It's not like it's...
What? What? Source? Crack pipe?
I mean, there's no world in which, like, blowing up that ship is allowed or correct. It's just extra funny that they did it, even though they are allies.
NSA.
Oh, fuck, I just...
No, we were not allies in 67. Why does he keep saying that? That's not true.
Give you spoilers, goddammit.
Outfitted with 45 towering antennas and a satellite dish on the ship's stern which bounced messages off the moon to Washington, the ship's true mission was a poorly kept secret.
Ugliest ship in the Navy, and the most unusual, and therefore the easiest of all ships to recognize.
The ship's captain, William McGonigal, would later testify that the configuration of the ship with unusual mast antennae arrangements had resulted in some surveillance from the Southwest African countries during its first 2 deployments. Its usual stomping grounds. African art and masks decorated the ship's walls. Summer 1967 was supposed to entail steaming off to Angola, Liberia, and Gabon. From the port of Abidjan, however, the ship received new marching orders. Late spring saw things heat up rapidly in the peninsula. Each day, and the west, we shall see. The ship's infirmed table 1. Weather and these were not overt, particularly because shot 4 a sink came at sea's arm.
Really just means that, like, any shit, it doesn't really matter.
Just before
U.S. Navy vet here, this incident is why the U.S. doesn't sail spy ships anymore, so extremely very ultra rare Israeli W. I mean, it doesn't really matter because aren't all the Navy ships functionally spy ships now anyway? It just means that, like, any ship that the Navy flies is no longer a civilian vessel, but instead directly just a vehicle for war.
Different. I'm so sorry. I can't watch this. Different vessels, whether you're talking about ships or airplanes or whatever, it can be outfitted for different missions, and it's probably important. You have different types of crews. You've got different capabilities. Like, to say every ship is a spy ship, I mean, what? Because they all have radar, or they all have a guy on board to do signal analysis, or they like. I can't do this. I can't do it. It's too early for Hasan videos. Okay, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not strong enough. I'm not strong enough today. I can't do it. Also, holy shit, they found Assad? All Navy ships can probably carry out clandestine operations, but they aren't all spy ships. There's no way that's true. It might be true. I don't know much, but my guess is you probably outfit different ships with different types of crew that have different capabilities on the ships, that have different, like, defensive, offensive, like, analysis capability. I seriously doubt every piece of equipment and every crew member is duplicated across. Although these days, I don't think we even sail. These days, actually, we probably don't even sail individual ships that much, right? Isn't everything based around this concept of like carrier fleets. Destiny, can you elaborate on the Israeli-U.S. relationship in '67? I don't think Israel had an official friendly relationship with any country by '67, except for maybe France. We probably sold weapons to them. I think they were buying weapons from countries. This stupid Saddam. This is Saddam Hussein, right? Is where this meme came from. What a horrible. Jesus. Fuck that. Wasn't it the Soviets who warned Israel that an attack was coming from the Arabs? No, actually, the Soviets warned Egypt that Israel was about to launch an attack on Syria, I believe, but that wasn't true. And then some people try to say that that's actually why Egypt started to take a more aggressive posture, but this was a really easy thing to verify, and I don't think that's true, so I don't know. Wasn't Israel originally closer to the Soviet Union at first because of labor Zionism? No, absolutely not. They might have started off with kind of more of a, like, the socialist Zionist ideology, the labor Zionism stuff, but like borders and countries and stuff going on the ground is really, really important too. Like, people don't just align on ideology. There's other stuff going on as well. And I don't think Israel was ever fancied itself close to the Soviet Union. They smuggled weapons out of Czechoslovakia in '47, but I don't think that I don't think Israel was ever saw itself as close to